So following my last video where I was asking public universities in Nigeria why it takes so long between the time that students graduate from the universities and the time they are mobilized for the National Youth Service, I've interacted with a number of recent graduates who are still waiting to be mobilized for the NYSC. And these are people from different universities. So this is not limited to just one university, but several universities across East, West, North, and South. And I've asked them the same question: why does it take so long between the time you write your final exams and the time you are mobilized? And the answers have been varied, in fact, as the number of people that I've spoken with. So one person was trying to put up a defense for his university, and he told me, well, it's not always the fault of the university. The university has its own problem, but it is not always the fault of the university. Sometimes it is the fault of the students. People come in their first year, they are admitted into the university. There are processes that they are supposed to follow. For instance, submission of files and all, there is first year clearance, but a lot of students just start the process halfway, they abandon the process because lectures are already ongoing, so they just leave these ones and begin to attend their lectures. And before you know it, they are in final year. And when they have written their final exams, that is when they realize that there are a lot of things that they were supposed to do that they did not do. And then the process of doing that thing, because the university is also busy attending to other people, maybe fresh people and all of that, this process then delays. Before long, they have spent 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years before mobilization for the NYSC. Someone else told me, well, that might be true, but then what sense does it make that you actually start this process and complete the process in your first year and submit all the files in the places where you're supposed to submit your files? And then when you get to final year and write your final exams, you then want to start the process of clearance, and you see that all the files you submitted are not even in the places where you submitted them. A number of them told me our results are not ready. And I've asked this question before, and I'm going to ask it again. How long does it take to process the result of a student? I thought that these results are made ready per semester. You finish a semester, you write your exams, and at the end of the semester, before you even go into the next semester, you have seen the result of all your courses in the last semester. And then someone told me, well, you know, it is the lecturers, sometimes they delay your results. They want you to come to their office to ask. And when then you go to the office to ask, you know what it is. They tell you, well, you people did poorly. If you want to upgrade, then this is what you need to do. The truth is that there are so many things happening in the university system that shouldn't happen. But they are happening because the students themselves cannot take up the cases. For instance, there is a provision for calling for remark of your scripts. When you believe that the grade given to you in a particular course is not the grade you merited, that you merited more than that, you actually have the right to seek redress. And then you can call for remark. But a lot of students are scared of calling for remark because they know that once they call for remark, other lecturers will mark them. And the next thing, they may begin to victimize them. So the best thing for them is, well, let's manage the situation. But because people are managing situations that things are getting worse. At the end of everything, it is the entire system that suffers it. But watch this space. We will reach out to some non-academic staff, the people whose responsibility is to handle these files and process people's results and give them their final results. We will reach out to some of them and hear their views and hear what they think about what the problem really is. So far, we have spoken about what the students are saying, but it is only fair that we also hear the other side of the story. Keep a date with us. We will bring you their views soonest.